March 29th, 1987 at the Pontiac Silverdome, WrestleMania 3. Former TV2 reporter Martha Sharon reported on all the excitement in the weeks leading up to the big event.
All the restaurants, hotels, airlines, rental cars, any kind of mass transportation, we'll see definite upswing this week.
And the city of Pontiac, for one, is ready to have some fun.
I really get into it. I sit at home and I start hollering and screaming and tell them, come on, hit them again or throw them out of the ring.
And the city is ready to make some money off the masses. Posters hang in every business reminding folks that Sunday is party day. Drink, dance, and be merry and make those cash registers ring. Many are staying open just for the event.
It's our first Sunday that we're going to be open permanently on Saturday and Sundays during the day. This is our first Sunday.
We want to rule the planet. We want everything.
The WWF superstars even sat down with TV2 promoting their matches.
See, I've been a star so long, Adrian Adonis, I forgot what it was like to try to become one. Well, you're not using me as a stepping stone.
You have a combination of a tank and a Porsche. The contrast is there. They've got us together now, and there's no team capable of stopping us.
When I faced Ricky the Dragon Steamboat when he was the #1 contender on national TV, he didn't wrestle for a while after that.
93,173 fans came to see it. At the time, it was the largest indoor crowd ever in North America. Here's a part of longtime WJBK reporter Bill Gallagher's report on the day of the event.
A winding line of humanity headed for WrestleMania 3. They came to Pontiac from around the nation to root for their heroes. What do you like most about wrestling?
The Hulk. The slams.
Is the Hulk going to win today?
You know it.
The 90,000 plus crowd was orderly for the most part. Satellite communication dishes beamed the wrestling extravaganza to tens of millions around the world. Inside the Silverdome, wall-to-wall people. The Lions would love crowds like this. People lined up to get their WrestleMania souvenirs. The cash flow was brisk. Food concessions did a banner day feeding the hungry fans. As the Silverdome filled to the brink, the excitement grew.
So many people were asking the question, why do you watch this stuff?
Professional wrestling had been the personal property of the working class. But now WrestleMania has become avant-garde with the yuppie class. It's the in thing. More than that, in the fantasy world of professional wrestling, Hogan and the other good guys in the sport are folk heroes. They aren't identified with the establishment like the overpaid spoiled brats of baseball and football. Millions of people who can't identify with the establishment find their heroes in the wrestling ring. With that kind of reasoning, I've lost my fear that our whole society is slipping into dementia, and hopefully WrestleMania, like other fads before it, will pass and be forgotten with the rest.
Instead, they would pay anywhere from $9 to $100 to see and go bananas over WrestleMania 3, a muscle orgy of no-holds-barred, headbutting, elbow-smashing, and body slamming, and be mesmerized by combatants who portray villains or heroes or super patriots.
And the Iron Sheik, man, he spits on people, says the USA is a sick country and brags about the 444 days that our hostages spent over in that country. You know, that kind of gives me a sick feeling.
What is the Killer Bee going to do about that?
What is the killer
going to win?
What are we going to do, Bob? We're going to sting them so bad that they look like they got a bad case of the hives. Yeah.
It is a soap opera within the ropes of good versus evil. So intense is the devotion that grown men proudly carry rubber dolls of their favorite heroes.
It's a rowdy doll.
Have you seen one of these?
So great is the lure that WrestleMania 3 will draw the largest audience ever to witness an indoor sporting or entertainment event in the history of the world. Nearly 100,000. Around here, one thing is clear. People don't have trouble showing their feelings. They imitate the villains they love to hate and scream with unrelenting excitement about those they know will win. Make no mistake about it, the hair pulling, tugging of tights, the violence, fake or not, for these folks is a slice of heaven. Even the most jaded would have to be intrigued by events such as this. The remarkable number of devoted fans and the money promoters will pull in. With gate receipts, souvenir sales.
Look out, world. This weekend, Hulk Hogan takes on the city of Pontiac.
Hulkamania lives forever.
At the Silverdome, it's not the Hulk they're concerned about, it's the bulk, 88,000 wrestling fans. But it's not a matter of security or safety. Dome officials say the fans will actually be easier to handle than those at a rock concert.
I would think so, mainly because of the diverse age groups. We're going to have a lot of adults here, a lot of mothers and fathers, perhaps grandmothers and grandfathers, and their kids.
The concern this weekend is about parking and traffic. The lots around the Dome can handle only about 20,000 cars. Pontiac police say the other 6,000 should park downtown.
I'd like them to, if it's advantageous to the route particularly, to park downtown, get on the shuttle bus, and ride free to the Dome, and also after the event they'll be taken back downtown to their vehicles.
Secret Service agents will be on hand on Sunday to see if WrestleMania will teach them anything about how to handle the Pope's visit to the Dome. But again, the biggest lesson may be learned outside the building.
We are going to videotape from an airplane the traffic patterns during the WrestleMania day. We feel that they will be very similar when the Pope comes to visit.
If you plan to be here on Sunday, Silverdome officials have some advice for you. First of all, come early. Secondly, it would be a good idea to park in downtown Pontiac and take the shuttle over here. And thirdly, if you don't have a ticket, don't show up. They're all sold out. Rich Make News 4 at the Silverdome.
Wrestling fans converged on the Pontiac Silverdome hours before the gates even opened. In fact, thousands beat the police here, and they drove from all over the country for this history-making event. This fan from Philadelphia was psyched.
Hey, I shaved my head yesterday just for the event. Got my sign. We're 15 rows from the ring, and we are fired up, I'll tell you that.
The local wrestling fans would not be outdone. They got groups together and wore matching T-shirts. Some made outrageous gadgets.
This is just a beer holder, and instead of drinking out of the can, I can drink two at once. No problem.
The excitement was not confined to the parking lot. The capacity crowd inside was just as pumped up. Before the match, the wrestlers worried about performing before such a tremendous crowd.
Right now, I've got goosebumps from my toes and my nose.
Many of the people here drove hours to see these wrestlers twist, poke, and body slam their opponents into submission. They hope their loud, very loud support helps their favorites come out on top.
I love wrestling, and I want to see Hulk win. He has to win.
Lines of wrestling fans were wrapped around the Silverdome hours before the gates opened. This was no ordinary crowd. There was nothing ordinary about them.
I shaved my head yesterday just for the event. Got my sign. We're 15 rows from the ring, and we are fired up.
Battle lines were drawn early. Most of the talk was about Hulk Hogan taking on Andre the Giant.
This Hulkamania is #1, always been #1, gonna stay that way.
Okay, well, good.
We need a new champion. No, we don't. Andre gonna win.
These 93,000 fans put WrestleMania 3 in the record books as the biggest indoor entertainment event in history. They shattered the Rolling Stones' old record by more than 5,000. WrestleMania 3 has definitely lived up to its billing as the biggest, baddest indoor sports event in history. And after drawing a crowd of more than 90,000 this time around, you wonder what they're going to do for an encore. This week, hundreds of miles from Rockford, Illinois to be a part of history and to try and pave the way for WrestleMania 4. Seems like an awful long way to come for wrestling, though.
I do it every weekend.
Steamboat and Savage
the big one when Hulk Hogan would take on the 525-pound Andre the Giant. The wrestling was fierce and the crowd was just as fierce. And when the Hulk finally put away Andre with a body
Hulk Hogan hooked the size. He came back.
What do you think? Was it worth it?
Thought it was great. Anytime the Hulk wins, it's worth going anywhere for.
That was cool. Did you like all the crowds and stuff, or what was the best part of it?
When Hogan jumped on Andre.
Getting out of the Silverdome was slow going, but police say there were no major problems. When the Pope comes this fall, it will be the same kind of thing all over again. Audrey Barnes, News 4, Night Beat.
When the Hulk pounds on Andre the Giant, is it sport or pure showbiz? Wrestling promoters probably don't care as long as it draws crowds like this. More than 93,000 jammed into the Silverdome for WrestleMania, the largest crowd ever for an indoor event. By and large, things went smoothly, and Silverdome officials feel that's a good omen for the Pope's visit in September.
It told us that the Pontiac Silverdome can handle that type of a crowd in terms of numbers. This is, of course, the largest crowd we've ever had in here, and perhaps the largest that we will have. We don't know what our overall numbers will be for the papal visit.
But stadium authorities seem confident things will go well for the Pope. If there were hassles yesterday, they were on the road. The inevitable traffic jams occurred 3 or 4 miles along I-75 at one. Care as long as it draws crowds like this. More than 93,000 jammed into the Silverdome for WrestleMania, the largest crowd ever for an indoor event. By and large, things went smoothly, and Silverdome officials feel that's a good omen for the Pope's visit in September.
It told us that the Pontiac Silverdome can handle that type of a crowd in terms of numbers. This is, of course, the largest crowd we've ever had in here, and perhaps the largest that we will have. We don't know what our overall numbers will be for the papal visit.
But stadium authorities seem confident things will go well for the Pope. If there were hassles yesterday, they were on the road. The inevitable traffic jams occurred 3 or 4 miles along I-75 at one point. But the problems were minimized because thousands of fans parked in downtown Pontiac and took shuttle buses to the Dome. Police feel the traffic problem should be even less come September.
For the Pope, we look for it to be much easier. We're expecting that the crowds are going to come on church buses or charter buses, and we're going to do everything we can to suggest routes and timing for everyone so that there won't be any jam-ups.
The last time any dignitary came here to the Silverdome for a major event was in 1982 when Vice President George Bush came here for the Super Bowl. At that time, he came in by motorcade, and for security reasons, police shut off all roads around the Dome to get the motorcade through. It created a monumental traffic jam. So this time, police are hoping the Pope will come in by helicopter.
It will be a distinct advantage. That way we won't have to worry about the traffic flows having to stop to allow the motorcade to come in.
But it is still possible the Pontiff will come to the Dome by Pope-mobile, drawing throngs of onlookers and long lines of traffic. Rich Make News 4, Pontiac.
Traffic to the Dome can be a headache with smaller crowds, but most drivers made it for the first bout.
It's pretty bad. We came in through Updike, and it's still pretty crowded, so we should have left a little bit earlier.
The pedestrian traffic was heavy too, but worth it for fans of wrestling's Exalted. What do you like most about wrestling? The Hulk. The Slams. Is the Hulk going to win today? You know it. At a news conference, the performers talked about what drives them.
Because we're talking big money. I mean, big money. You hear of people signing contracts for 3 or 4 years for $3.5 million and all that. Well,
the Killer Bees got
it's come a long way
thinking about the crowd.
We've never wrestled in front of 93,000 people indoors like this, but there's going to be a heck of a sight, and really nobody knows what 93,000 feel like till you experience it.
The Dome was filled to the brim. Souvenirs of the wrestling extravaganza went like hotcakes, and food for the multitude moved too. The appeal of this cultural phenomenon covers a wide range. What do you enjoy about it?
The action and all the blood.
Hulkamania. What do you like about it?
The champion, Hulk Hogan.
Is he going to win today?
Yes, he is.
Well, I've never been to one before at all. I came to the friends.
Did you enjoy it?
I think so.
The trolley car ticket delighted the record throng, but in the main event, Hulk Hogan had a spirited contest with Andre the Giant, the 7'5", 520-pound French Goliath. But to the delight of the huge crowd, almost like it was planned, the Hulk won. Bill Gallagher, Channel 2 Eyewitness News.